let's move on to let's go with one of the more popular ones, man. One of the more popular ones, knockout of the year. 2021 had a lot of huge knockouts, man. Ryan Garcia had a big one in January. Oscar Valdez had a huge one in February, and I think that momentum carried on to even this month we saw some big knockouts. So I don't know who wants to take this one away, man. This one, I know I struggled a little bit with it, but I kind of have an idea of which one we're gonna go with.
Yeah, I'll start with mine. I'll start with one, and I'm gonna say one that's not very. I mean, I think it was a big knockout, but it wasn't really remembered. I'm gonna go with Callum Smith, his knockout over Lennox Castillo. This is when Callum Smith went up another division, and I didn't honestly. I wasn't too impressed with him when he went up against Canelo. It is Canelo, but he came back with a big knockout over Lennox Castillo, and so to me, that's the knockout of the year for me.
Clyde.
All right, I gotta say I got like three that I have in mind. My top three are Valdez over Berchelt, Jake Paul over the MMA guy.
Let's go, baby.
And I think the top one has to be Fury over Wilder, just because how much eyes were on it, what it meant to the heavyweight division. Kind of, I think that should be it for Wilder now. That kind of was the nail in his coffin. So I think that was, to me, the knockout of the year, Fury over Wilder.
So we got Callum Smith, we got Tyson Fury. Sean?
Yeah, interestingly enough, I kind of fall in between Christian and Clyde because, like, from a criteria standpoint, right, I'm definitely thinking of the violence and the brutality of the knockout, but also the stage that it's on, the importance of it, and mainly also who it's against, right? So all those things kind of matter because, like, you guys know, we watch a lot of club shows. You guys call the club shows. There are some absolutely brutal, devastating knockouts that are, better than a lot of the ones that you see on TV sometimes, but the competition is also mismatched. They're not fighting opponents who are as good, and it's just less important. So I think when I consider those two things, when I consider sort of the violence, the brutality of the knockout, along with the stage it was on, the importance and the expectation and the opponent, I have to go Oscar Valdez knockout over Berchelt, because I think that was unexpected for a lot of people. I think his opponent was considered the favorite going into the fight. It was a championship fight, and it was devastating. It's brutal. So I'm going Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with that one, Sean. Oscar Valdez. I was going back and forth with Clyde's pick, Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder. I think that would have been my personal pick. I was very happy to see Wilder go down and out finally. He kept coming back, came back for the trilogy, got pummeled again, got beat badly and got knocked out. But I would have to say that, a lot of people did expect Fury to stop Wilder or at least beat him easily. Obviously, regardless of Wilder's punching power, I think Fury demonstrated that he's a better boxer throughout the three fights. I think I'm going with Valdez because big stage, underdog. Many people didn't believe in him, including myself. I thought even Berchelt could stop him,
Right.
And just the way that it happened, he was fighting, with a high Q in the ring. It wasn't just a brutal back and forth war. He knocked out the one of the biggest punchers in boxing, and Miguel Berchelt, and then the brutality. He becomes a new champion, underdog. I think it was just a great story there, and it's tough not to vote for that one for me. And I see a few people here on the comment section as well saying Valdez. So yeah, I think it was a tough one for me. We saw a lot of good KOs. You see Kiko Martinez right there on your screen. He had a big upset win against Galahad. Obviously, Jake Paul's was very brutal.
Conor
Ben was brutal. He slept.
Gabe Rosado.
Jerry
Rosado.
You can't forget about
Gabe
that
Rosado
one against Melikuziev.
F.A. Ajagba had a really monstrous knockout.
Yeah, I think I mentioned Brian Garcia to start the year. That was a good one against Campbell.
Those are hard because the body shot knockouts.
Yeah, and those are my favorite.
I think most of the time those ones won't get knockout of the year.
That's true.
Yeah, and those are my favorite. I tend to be biased for those, but I just couldn't not vote for Valdez for the reasons that I mentioned.